Did you enjoy your childhood?
Yes, I enjoyed my childhood.
Hmm.
There was no tension of, or there was less stress. We could play every day with friends. Mm, I used to be with my parents always. No stress. Um, my childhood was good.
Mm.
പിന്നെന്ത് പറയുന്നു?
അത് പക്ഷെ നല്ലതാണ്, പോയിന്റ്സ് പറഞ്ഞില്ല, പക്ഷെ പ്രസന്റേഷൻ കുറച്ചുകൂടെ നല്ലതാണ്.
Mm,
Yeah.
okay.
I loved my childhood. I wish, in fact, I could go back in time and be a child again.
Mm,
I had no worries. He didn't have to make a living. Could go out with my friends and play. Right.
mm,
Everything was
mm,
vibrant. They was full of joy and no tension. and uh,
mm,
and in fact my childhood was different from what you see nowadays, because kids are very busy and occupied with gadgets and social media and internet. We did not have those facilities back then, which was better for us health wise and psychologically. We were more linked and interconnected socially.
mm,
Right.
mm.
Do you notice my speaking is full of comparison?
Okay.
Okay. കുറച്ചുകൂടെ I expect. Okay, anyway you will develop that കുറച്ചുകൂടെ presentation better ആക്കുക. Okay. What's your first memory of your childhood?
Mm. ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ടഫ് ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ് ഒക്കെ ചോദിച്ചാൽ എനിക്ക് ഓർമ്മ കൂടിയില്ല.
Yeah, that's the thing, that's the answer. You just speak English. That's quite a tough question.
Um,
I can't quite remember my childhood. The memories are quite vague and not vivid. And all I can remember is that I had a lot of friends. We used to go out every evenings and play cricket, football, all sorts of games. And apart from that, I can't quite remember or recollect anything. See, that's the answer.
okay.
Yeah, we just have to speak English, not facts.
Okay, fine. Okay.
Did you have a lot of friends when you were a child?
Uh, I was an extrovert. I used to make friends very easily wherever I go. Um, uh, Priya was my best friend. I still have contact with her. We used to call once in a while.
That's good.
She is a teacher.
Mm.
പിന്നെ um,
And it's
അത്ര എനിക്ക്
yeah, that's a good answer. Now that's what I'm talking about.
okay. Mm-mm.
It's good to have friends who stick with you through thin and thick. Idiom ഒന്നില്ലേ?
Mm. Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you think it's better for your children to grow up in the city or in the countryside?
Go for what do you mean by go?
Do you think it is better for children to grow up in the city?
Grow.
Yes. Or in the countryside?
Um, um,
What's countryside means what? Village? Village, right?
village.
Yeah.
അല്ല നീ മനസ്സിലായി
Yeah.
ചിന്തിക്കുക. ആ, um, എന്താ പറയുന്ന
Comparison.
I, I,
Compare the
I
life in
will.
a village with the city. That's all. Benefits,
Okay.
demerits. That's the answer.
Hmm.
Each one has its own perks and cons.
ഓക്കെ.
Yeah,
എനിക്ക് അതിനെപ്പറ്റി കിട്ടുന്നില്ല.
yeah. When a child grows up in a countryside, he'll grow close to the nature. Physically, psychologically, it will be better for him. Health wise, they can eat unadulterated food, drink pure water, breathe air which is less polluted. Whereas when you grow up in a city, there are advantages such as infrastructure, quality of education, facilities, and so on. So, if you ask me personally where I would grow my child up, I definitely would grow for the countryside because I believe in this advanced age and era, it's a privilege to grow children in the traditional way. Comparison അല്ലേ മൊത്തം ഇല്ലേ അപ്പം വില്ലേജിൽ ഗ്രോ ചെയ്യുന്നതിൻ്റെ ഉള്ള ബെനിഫിറ്റ്സ് എന്തുവാ ലെസ് പൊല്യൂഷൻ ലെസ് ഹെൽത്ത് ഇഷ്യൂസ് ഇല്ലേ യു ക്യാൻ ഗ്രോ ക്ലോസ് ടു ദ നേച്ചർ ബട്ട് സിറ്റിയിൽ വരുമ്പം പൊല്യൂഷൻ ഉണ്ട് ഹെൽത്ത് ഇഷ്യൂസ് ഉണ്ട് ടു ബിസി ലൈഫാണ് ദർ ഇസ് നോ ടൈം ഫോർ യുവർ ചിൽഡ്രൻ ഇറ്റ്സ് ഓൾ അബൌട്ട് എഡ്യൂക്കേഷൻ മേക്കിംഗ് മണി so when you if you personally ask me what I would do I would do this. So you compared it and then you talked about yourself. That's the thing. എങ്ങനെയുണ്ട്?
ഓക്കെ.
How is that?
ഓക്കെ.
Okay, now let's make it a little bit more interesting. Let's talk about clothes. I know women like clothes. Do you?
No, I'm minimalistic person, but അയ്യോ ഞാൻ ഭയങ്കര ബോറിങ്ങാണ്.
Are clothes important to
Okay.
you?
Um, Clothing is a way. I believe clothes shows what kind of a person you are.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on the culture, your personality.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, I'm not a, a materialistic person, so I have few clothes, but the clothes which I have, I choose on my comfort. So, um, which I wear clothes according to my comfort and the occasion where I go.
Mm.
Um, I usually like loose clothes,
Okay.
um, and it depends on the occasion
Okay, fine. That's fine.
where I.
ഒരു നാല് സെന്റൻസ് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മതി പറയുന്നത് നമുക്ക് ഫ്ലുവൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടങ്ങ് ഇതായിട്ടങ്ങ്
Okay.
പറയണമെന്നേ ഉള്ളൂ അടുപ്പിച്ച് okay what kind of same the question let me ask what kind of clothes do you usually wear
It depends where I go.
it depends
Mm,
on
if I, it depends upon where I go
where I go and the
if,
occasion അല്ലേ
and the occasion.
Hmm.
If I go uh, for work, um, I
Formals.
wear official formals.
Hmm.
Whereas while at home, I usually wear cotton clothes, um, because India is a hot country. Cotton clothes are preferred, which can breathe.
Yes, fine. That's
And
fine.
we
That's good. That's
usually
good.
wear
ഇത്രയും മതി.
light color.
Light colors. Okay. Do you ever wear the traditional clothes of your country?
Yeah. Oh. എന്നോട് ഇങ്ങനത്തെ ഇതൊക്കെയായിരിക്കും ചോദിക്കുന്നത്.
Yeah, these are easy questions. You can talk about Onam. Usually, I
Oh,
don't wear traditional clothes at all, especially when I live abroad. But whenever I'm in India, particularly during our Onam festival,
festival.
which is celebrated during April,
Okay.
Uh,
April.
I don't know when. Facts are not counted here. Only English. Okay. I try my best to wear a traditional dress that is എന്താണ് അതിന്റെ പേരെന്തുവാ സാരി വൈറ്റ്
Mm,
സാരി അതിന്റെ പേരൊക്കെ ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ പറയാം വൈറ്റ്
okay.
സാരി ആൻഡ് യൂഷ്വലി വിമൻ Kerala women adorn
അപ്പൊ
themselves.
സാരിയെ കുറിച്ച് describe ചെയ്യാലോ.
എന്തോ
The saree is usually cotton,
yeah yeah you
handloom
can talk about
cotton
that yes.
with 5 yards of cotton fabric,
Mm.
which is wrapped around, which has a certain way of wrapping.
Hmm.
And
Yeah,
okay,
you can talk about that. Then that's more than enough, right? We got four to
okay,
five sentences easily.
okay.
So has to be your imagination. You have to connect. When IELTS
Mm.
is speaking, you have to connect with some incident, something in your life, some memories that flashes. Okay, do you like dogs? So പട്ടിയെ പറ്റി ചോദിക്കുമ്പം പലതരത്തിലുള്ള റെസ്പോൺസ് ആണ് വരുന്നത്. പട്ടിയെ പേടിയുള്ളവർക്ക് പട്ടി കടിക്കാൻ ഓടിക്കുന്നതാണ് അല്ലേ? പട്ടി ഇഷ്ടമുള്ളവർക്ക് അവരുടെ പെറ്റിനെ പറ്റി വരും അല്ലേ? Petting their
Mm.
pet. So that you have to connect it. The first thought that comes, you have to verbalize it, articulate it. That's it. Okay. Where do you usually buy your clothes from?
So, from shop, I usually buy from ഷോപ്പല്ലേ അതല്ല വേറെ എവിടുന്ന് വാങ്ങും.
See, you have a lot of things to compare online, offline, shopping malls, or small shops, or your
I
favorite shop.
prefer buying my clothes in the shop rather than buying online
Hmm.
because it gives you can try before buying. You can have a trial
Hmm.
before buying and then match the size,
Hmm.
or you can exchange easily. Whereas online, if I buy, the size may not match, and
Hmm.
then it's difficult to exchange
Yes.
after a certain period.
യെസ് ഇവിടെ ഇഷ്ടം പോലെ കമ്പാരിസൺ ഉപയോഗിക്കാം അപ്പം നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ ടൈം എടുത്തിട്ട് കമ്പയർ ചെയ്യാം ദാറ്റ് ടോട്ടലി ഡിപ്പെൻഡ്സ് ഓൺ ദ അവൈലബിലിറ്റി ഓഫ് ടൈം ഇഫ് ഐ ഹാവ് ആമ്പിൾ ടൈം ഇൻ മൈ ഹാൻഡ് I usually go for online shopping because even if I get a wrong product delivered or the size is not matching, uh, I'll have the option to exchange it. Whereas if I have to go tomorrow for a party or something, I wouldn't go for online, but I'll rather go to a local shop or a shopping mall and try varieties of available clothes and get my fit. I like
Okay.
that's also comparison. So total comparison will do your job.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, next question. Have you ever worn a uniform?
Um, Uniform always. At, from my childhood, I'm wearing uniform.
Do a better start. I want to
And
hear that energy. Yes.
uh, I started using uniform at school.
Hmm.
Different schools have different uniforms. Um, at school, I used to have blue and ivory color combination of uniform.
Hmm.
Um, right now, at job, I used to have uniform. I am having uniform since I'm a nurse. I have scrubs, which is blue in color.
Okay.
It's quite convenient. because there is no confusion in choosing the dress while before you leave for job. If
Mm.
it's a uniform, you just have to press it and just wear and go.
Yes.
So, so uniforms are better. So
Yes.
uniform is always better.
Okay. That's nice. കുറച്ചുകൂടെ ആ സെയിം തിങ്ങിനെ ഒന്നുകൂടെ ഓർഗനൈസ് ചെയ്ത് പറയാമോ?
And
സെയിം ഐഡിയ, സെയിം
how,
സെയിം ഐഡിയ, സെയിം തിങ്സ് അതിനെ ഒന്നുകൂടെ ഓർഗനൈസ് ചെയ്ത് പറ. അപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് ഫസ്റ്റ് യൂണിഫോമിനെ ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാം. യൂണിഫോംസ് ആർ വെരി ഗുഡ് ഐഡിയാസ് വിച്ച് യൂണിഫൈസ് people in a particular category. It's easy to identify when you have a uniform. For example, school. It is good for school children to wear uniform, and it's easy to differentiate them from others. And I personally have worn uniform all through my life, and even
okay,
now I wear a uniform as I'm into healthcare profession. I still have to wear my nurse uniform,
okay,
and I'm quite comfortable wearing it, and I'm proud of it. In fact, same സാധനമല്ലേ പറഞ്ഞത്?
okay.
But അതിന്റെ layout presentation improvement വരണം. Okay, you're improving. First ഞാൻ ആ concept introduce ചെയ്തു ഇല്ലേ? Uniforms are a very good idea. അപ്പൊ അതിന്റെ ഗുണങ്ങൾ, it helps you differentiate from the other. I personally have worn uniform all through my life. In fact, still I wear it as I'm a healthcare profession. I have to wear a uniform, and പിന്നെ I'm proud of wearing it. I'm comfortable, and it's easy for people to identify me. Good.
Hmm.
എന്തെങ്കിലും ബെനിഫിറ്റ്
Okay.
ആവുന്നുണ്ടോ ക്ലാസ്സിൽ നിന്ന്?
Yes.
Okay. Do most people in your country follow fashion?
In you wear.
എന്റെ മൈൻഡിൽ ആദ്യം വരുന്ന പിക്ചർ എന്തോന്നറിയാമോ?
Oh,
യങ്സ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ആർ ക്രേസി അബൌട്ട് ഫാഷൻ, റൈറ്റ്?
yes.
അപ്പൊ അവിടെ ഞാൻ അത് കമ്പയർ ചെയ്യും. അൺലൈക്ക് ദ ഓൾഡർ ജനറേഷൻ, യങ്സ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ആർ up to date and they follow new trends. They get this information from particularly social media such as Facebook, um, Instagram, and YouTube. They try to upgrade themselves and show they are up to date by
Hmm.
going with the flow.
Hmm.
Yeah, sometimes it's counterproductive, but nevertheless, it's an interesting thing. And the
Okay.
world is changing. Okay, give your
Hmm.
answer. Most people in your country follow fashion?
Mm, um, fashion.
Yeah. Most people. See,
Uh,
എൻ്റെ ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻ കണ്ടോ? സി എൻ്റെ ഇതിൽ പല
uh,
കാര്യങ്ങൾക്ക് നമ്മൾ ഇനി ഈ ക്വസ്റ്റിനകത്ത് പല കാര്യങ്ങൾ ആൻസർ ചെയ്യാം. ഒന്നാമത്തേത്, ഡു മോസ്റ്റ് പീപ്പിൾ ഇൻ യുവർ കൺട്രി, മോസ്റ്റ് പീപ്പിൾ അവിടെ പെർസെൻറ്റേജ് ആണ് ചോദിച്ചേക്കുന്നത്. ഡു
mm,
മോസ്റ്റ് പീപ്പിൾ ഇൻ യുവർ കൺട്രി. അപ്പം ഇത്ര പെർസെൻറ്റേജ് യു ക്യാൻ ടോക്ക് അബൌട്ട്, ഓർ യു ക്യാൻ ടോക്ക് അബൌട്ട് യുവർ കൺട്രി.
mm,
സി പല കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട് നമുക്ക് എടുക്കാം, എന്നിട്ട് വി ക്യാൻ എക്സ്പാൻഡ് ഓൺ ദാറ്റ്. യെസ്.
mm. Percentage എന്ന് പറയും.
I think when you're talking about, I think a large number of the population consists of younger generation in our country, and they are quite captured by fashion. So do they follow new trends, ഇല്ലേ?
Mm,
And style. Then you can talk about the influence of internet, social media. They get their ideas from there, and they try to match up with them with the latest trend by opting for the new gadgets, clothing, vehicles, and so on.
Hmm.
All right, I think that's far enough.
Okay.
Let's wind up by talking about computers. Do you often use a computer?
Um, yes, I do use computers while at work.
Hmm.
We have all the data to be entered in the system. We have certain software
Hmm.
for the healthcare to coordinate and communicate between the personnels while at work. Um, പിന്നെന്ത് പറയും? At
Computers
home.
computers are very helpful, especially in data entry. At my work in healthcare field, we use computers on a daily, day-to-day basis in order to enter and search the details of our client patients.
Mm,
In the olden times, we used to make files using paper and cardboards, and it used to be a difficult work and to find data. Nowadays, it's just at the fingertips. You can find history of a um, patient just by typing in their names or contact number. So it's quite interesting. So മനസ്സിലായോ?
uh, okay.
See, answer is right there. You have to see it. That's all.
Mm, okay.
How often? How do you usually get online?
Sorry.
How do you usually get online or go online?
How often?
Yeah,
എന്താണ്?
how often Allah? How do you usually go online? നിങ്ങൾ എങ്ങനെ ഓൺലൈൻ
How do
പോകുന്നത്?
you എന്നുവെച്ചാ?
എന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ എങ്ങനെ ഓൺലൈൻ പോകുന്നത്? ഫോൺ ഉപയോഗിച്ചാണോ? ഇന്റർനെറ്റ് അതായത് ഹൗ ഡു യു ആക്സസ്
Uh,
ഇന്റർനെറ്റ്?
uh, how do you access?
Do you use a laptop or tablet, mobile phone, or you go to a cafe? How?
Uh, it depends. If, I I oftenly use my cell phone
Mm,
for accessing the internet,
mm,
but it depends upon the situation and the occasion or the place
mm,
where I access or the purpose of uh, using internet.
mm.
It depends if I use a laptop or a tablet or a tabloid. Um, it depends on the work I do.
Yes.
If just for communication, I use my cell phone. Whereas if I have to do some work or my hobbies, I use my laptop.
Hmm.
Yep.
Great. That's the answer. That's the answer. വേറെ രീതിയിൽ പറഞ്ഞാൽ എങ്ങനെ പറയാം? That totally depends on my need. Whenever I want to surf on the internet, just go through my social media like Facebook, Instagram, or YouTube. I just use my mobile phone. But when I have to do some important work or do a research or study, I definitely go with my personal computer. I do have a laptop, and it's easy for me to spend hours in front of them. When the screen is small, it really is difficult to concentrate, and it's not good for your eyes. So in such occasions, I use my laptop, and it's easy for me to get the work done. So same thing അല്ലേ പറഞ്ഞത്? പക്ഷേ അവിടെ ഫ്ലുവൻസി ഇംപ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യണം. Okay. Comparison on the total.
Mm.
Do you prefer desktops or laptops?
Laptops are very convenient to use, but I prefer desktops as it gives a good posture while we use. We can sit on a chair, and it has extra um, RAM
Hmm.
while compared to laptop. Uh, and the accessories we can use is more extensive in desktop when compared to laptops.
Hmm.
So I personally prefer desktop more than laptop.
Great. That's a good one.
Mm.
Okay. What do you use your computer for?
I usually use it for my work, um, to send emails or for any classes, or uh, it depends on the duration of the activity I do.
Mm,
If I have to sit 4 hours, I use my desktop or laptop. Whereas if it's for a social media, I go for my cell phone.
that's great. Okay, last question. Do you think that it's important to learn how to use a computer?
Um, yes, it's very important to know to have IT knowledge or to use basics of computer at this era. Everybody should be have basic knowledge on how to use a computer, um, because you can access anything, um, and you can be more self independent if you know uh, at least the basics of computer. അത്രേ ഉള്ളൂ.
Okay, that's great.
ഉം.
കുറച്ചുകൂടെ ഫ്ലുവൻസി അവിടെ വരണം അല്ലേ?
ഉം.
At this present age, it's important that one should know how to handle a computer. In the olden times, we could go to a cafe and just use an internet or take help from. And nowadays, people are more busy and nobody has time for anybody. Everything is digitalized. Even to submit a form online, you need to have a computer or you know how to use it. So it's actually quite important to possess basic skills when it comes to computers. Okay, good.
ഉം.
Okay, now I want to give you time to ask questions or share your feedback on today's training.